So you must be stoked with your first win of the year. It's a pretty big day for the club.
Yeah, it's a massive day. I'm just so happy for the players, for all the hard work that they put in, and for the people off the field as well that took over for the club in November last year. There's been some tough times, and just today is a bit of a reward for effort, for all the hard work that the players and the people off the field have done.
I thought your defence was particularly impressive today. They held up really well. It did get a bit nervy in the last quarter though.
Yeah, to be fair to the Tigers, I thought probably the second half they were the better side. They had repeat inside 50 entries, and probably the goal kicking execution wasn't ideal, and we sort of just hung in there, and then Joshy Clifford kicked the goal probably against the Tide, sort of about the 15-20 minute mark of the last quarter, and you sort of think maybe we've done enough, and then they got one back really quickly. But I think both Williams boys, Junior Williams all day down back was really, really good, and I thought when Senior Williams went down back in the last quarter and a half, he probably stopped the momentum a little bit, because Tyler Carter had kicked a couple of goals and looked really dangerous going inside 50. So to the boys' credit, we stood up and obviously just got over the line.
You did have some pretty big ins today with Hugh Williams coming back in, and then also Colin Garland. How did you rate the influence of those boys?
Huge. Colin's just been a massive influence on the club since he's been here for the last 5 weeks. And obviously on the field today, you can see, obviously there's been times where he hasn't played much footy in the last 18 months, but you can, particularly towards the end, the last 5 minutes when he just went back a little bit behind the ball and controlled the footy and just chipped it around and just turned up a couple of minutes on the clock, and that was enough to get us over the line. Obviously forward, he gave us a great target. We probably need to work a lot harder in kicking it to the right spot, because it'd be pretty frustrating out there, not kicking to the right side or sitting on his head. Like, give him a chance to jump at it, and he can be even more of an asset for it as well.
Did you find he changed the entire look of your forward line? I thought it made a massive difference having a big target up there.
Having him there, as well as Jake Steele, 6'5" Mariner first game, and just on the Monday or Tuesday we decided to roll Hugh Williams Senior forward as well, because we thought, well, if we're getting it in there, we may as well try and stretch them, because they're obviously not, they don't have tools everywhere. Obviously Thompson not playing as well, so we just tried to stretch them a little bit, and it probably worked early, probably the first quarter and a half, but then when Tyler Carter started looking dangerous, we had to roll Senior Williams back. So structurally wise, we fell down a little bit, but we had to stop the momentum the Tigers had.
Big win against a pretty fierce rival. Can this be one of those turning point days for the club this season?
We've still a lot of work to do. Like, age demographic wise, we're still a long way off it. It just, as I said before, it's just some reward for effort, because they work very hard. Just nice to get the 4 points and see the smile on the boys' faces and in the rooms after the game. And I just sort of said to them after the game, this is a feeling you want to experience more of. But we prepared really well for today. We had 2 weeks to just get everything absolute right. Obviously the Tigers had a tough game last week in the rain and the heavy legs and whatnot. So we had 2 weeks to prepare. But as we said after the game, we've got to prepare like this every game, because it's a tough league. It's a great league. It's the best league in the state, and we need our guys to understand how much hard work goes in prior to the game, and then obviously if you work hard enough during the game, you get the result, which is what we've been lucky enough to happen today.
Trent, goes without saying that probably wasn't the result you were hoping for today.
Yeah, no, it was pretty disappointing. Obviously, every team probably at this stage needs 4 points, with the nature of, especially the bottom half of the 5 being close. We got taught a lesson in the first half in just bringing intensity and bringing effort. I thought full credit to North Hobart. They were fantastic. Their first half was really good. We rectified a few things in the second half, but as you can see, the horse had already bolted, so to speak, and that was a well-deserved win for them. They were really good.
Yeah, in that second half, you guys did step up and probably controlled the game a little bit better, but just your work inside 50 really hurt you.
Yeah, I think I just quickly looked at our stats. We probably were about plus 12 in inside 50s, and we had 2 more scoring shots for the day, and probably kicked about 4 or 5 out of bounds on the full as well. So, but at the end of the day, you've got to reward yourself for that work up the ground and capitalise on that, which North Hobart did. They got their inside 50s and were able to put scoreboard pressure through goals on, and that obviously was an area of ours that was lacking today. I thought our ball movement inside forward 50 was better than it has been. been a battle the last couple of weeks, but having Cooper Sorty back really helped that up. He straightened us up a bit. But yeah, our kicking for goal, I think we'll be doing a fair bit of goal kicking practice at training this week.
Yeah, in that first half, was it just coming out with a bit of lacking a bit of intensity, or was there something else you thought you didn't do as well?
Yeah, I think we warmed up really well, and our work during the week was really good. But yeah, just they seem to be first to the footy a lot and were able to get themselves going. They slingshot on us a couple of times as well. They transitioned the ball really well from defensive 50 and gave guys like Garland and Sean Willis opportunities in one-on-ones with the quick ball movement, which we identified that we didn't do such a great job of in the first quarter. Some basic skill errors in the way we wanted to move the ball. And yeah, probably that first half that came back to haunt us in the second half was that sort of, I wouldn't call it lack of intensity, because everyone, you're all out there trying, you're all focused in on what you've got to do. It was just a bit of polish as well, but I thought, yeah, they were fantastic in their endeavour and application too.
Yeah, second time round playing all the teams. Obviously round one you beat these guys pretty resoundingly. What do you put your finger on that's changed since then? Obviously on their part they played pretty well today, but for you guys, what's different today?
I think probably the last couple of weeks we lacked a little bit of confidence in the way we wanted to move the ball. I think over the first month we moved the ball really well and quick, and we're hitting our targets. Our skill level was pretty ordinary today. Like a lot of our kicks are at people's ankles, which and then all of a sudden you're not controlling tempo, you haven't got the ball in your hands, and it's all fast play sort of stuff, which is fine at times, but there also comes times where you've got to control that tempo, use those hit-ups of your forwards who work really well. And like most teams, your depth gets tested at times. Obviously we're missing Marcus Davies a lot. We were able to get Ben Donnelly back in today from the Mariners program, but then we lose Ollie Burrows-Cheng as well to school footy, which it is what it is. So we're tested with our depth, which most clubs aren't. It's not an excuse, but it's just a fact. But once we start to get some of that, a little bit of shape, and someone like Marcus gives us a lot of experience, a lot of drive, and he can play anywhere. And things will start to not so much turn around. So we're in a little bit of a hole at the moment. At least it's a hole. I wouldn't call it a ditch yet, but we'll dig our way out of it.